This is how you permanently end the narcissist's reign when their gifts still have emotional value. In today's video, we'll discuss the thought processes behind why narcissists give presents and offer advice on how to process any souvenirs you may still have for a toxic individual. Please accept my sincere greetings. I am delighted to have you here today. You guys are the reason I can keep up my channel. I value your help continually. In order to make sure you don't miss any uploads, you should subscribe to this channel and enable notifications. Your support is greatly appreciated. Now is the time to begin. In my opinion, narcissists are emotionally fragile individuals whose primary goal in life is the suffering of others. Because they depend so heavily on others' praise, they constantly seek it. Even though they have nothing to offer, they persist in seeming superior and arrogant. Despite their ineffectiveness, they receive a disproportionate amount of media coverage. Narcissists are just as annoying as they sound, like an unwanted present presented in nice wrapping paper. They look nice on the outside, but there's just dirt and stones inside. Eliminating all references to the narcissist is an important step in healing and moving on from the relationship. Relationships with any narcissist can be challenging, not just romantic ones. When I talk about narcissistic relationships, I'm referring to any form of relationship between people or within a company, not just romantic ones. It's likely not enough to simply physically or emotionally separate yourself from the narcissist. Further action is required. Truthfully, I'm at a loss for words. Please don't think that I'm referring to anything they may have accidentally left behind in your belongings or elsewhere in your home, referring to any gifts they may have given you. Getting rid of these presents could or might not be necessary. It is common knowledge that narcissists can operate overtly and covertly. Compare and contrast the two for a while. You may bet on never receiving any gifts from your parents if any of them is a covert narcissist. They believe their duty to you is finished once they have provided you with sustenance and a safe place to sleep. When it comes to making other people happy, the blatantly narcissistic parent would have done the reverse and been more generous with gifts. Overt narcissists can be identified by the way they display their generosity, whereas hidden ones are more difficult to spot. Because they are miserly cheapskates, covert narcissists will shower you with cheap or stolen luxuries. Overly narcissistic people also tend to give pricey gifts. Narcissists who are less obvious tend to be dishonest with money as well. They rarely bring gifts, but instead rely on their charisma to win others over. Narcissists may give gifts to those they like or wish to impress. It's important to remember that the narcissist's acts are never motivated by any compassion or empathy. Donations are expected to be returned to the givers. They will convince you to loosen some of your rules in exchange for the gifts. Try not to make them angry, and certainly don't just throw them away. To make you feel loved and appreciated, your narcissist may shower you with gifts like these. Yes, you risk being more enamored with the narcissist in this way. Another instance of the narcissist's continued quest for positions of authority and superiority. They do this not because they genuinely like you or care about you, but because they have to. Although that was never their intention, it always seems that way. Instead, they gift you something only to manipulate you, and anybody else might be watching. Depending on how far down the road to recovery you are, you may need to get rid of the narcissist's gifts, or you may want to keep them around as decor. When looking at the narcissist's gifts causes you to second-guess your decision to go on with your life, it's time to get rid of them. Given the costs involved, there is no use in maintaining them. One of the narcissist's gifts to you could be the trigger for a downward spiral of grief and loss. You must return the item to them again. Nothing that stands in the way of your recovery from the narcissist should be kept. Put it in a thrift shop donation box, hold a yard sale, or burn it if you don't want it. Some people see the narcissist's presence as a reminder of how much they care about the narcissist. In contrast, others see them as a sign that they aren't going to be swayed by the narcissist's outward displays of generosity. If a gift you received from the narcissist triggers unpleasant memories, you may want to consider donating it to a good cause or temporarily storing it. Gifts from narcissists should be kept only if doing so won't negatively influence your mental health. I mention this because I know that certain narcissists will keep trying to buy you off with favours and presents until they have what they want. They will stop at nothing to win you over to their plan. Assuming you know money rewards won't sway you, the narcissist will be the one to fall for your ruse. However, you should think carefully about whether or not the narcissist's presence or possessions impede your efforts to free yourself from the poisonous individual. If anything is keeping you from fully moving on, you shouldn't hesitate to get rid of it. You've worked hard enough. Now it's time to go on to a better life, free of any lingering resentment or hatred toward the narcissist. I'm interested in hearing about other people's experiences with and strategies for dealing with narcissists, so feel free to leave a comment below. I value your continued attention to this as much as ever. If you think other people would enjoy this video, please tell them about it. Feel free to ask questions or provide suggestions in the comment space below. Also, if you enjoyed this video and wish to view similar videos in the future, please subscribe to our channel and enable bell alerts. Thank you for your time. The deal if a narcissist keeps lying about you even though they say they love you. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and hello. Today I want to discuss how narcissists have zero empathy for other people. Here's the deal if a narcissist attacks you, slanders you, humiliates you, even when they say they love you. A narcissist will care about you, but only because they need you for their own needs and pleasure. Narcissists consider others to be just extensions of themselves and treat them as such. A narcissist will not pursue a romantic relationship with you since they don't value you. Although the narcissist may believe that you are crucial to their goal, they actually believe that anyone is capable of carrying out their demands. The narcissist cares only about what they can get out of the relationship and how they'll feel about themselves. Neither person in a toxic relationship benefits from having the other there. Basically, nothing at all. For what it's worth, I think such knowledge could help you better comprehend narcissists' goals and recognize their attempts to deceive you through action or words. Even if you think them extremely attractive, they are certainly attempting to influence you into believing something to their benefit. First and foremost, narcissists have internal conflicts because they both hate and need other people. Listen carefully, because I intend to spend a lot of time on this subject in the video. If a narcissist is to succeed in life, they need these 3 traits above all others. Narcissists' wants are predictable due to their egocentric and superficial personalities. Their behavior and attitude expose their fundamental selfishness and hollowness. A narcissist is too concerned with how others perceive them. Narcissists are excessively self-conscious about their outward appearance, putting a premium on things like dress and demeanour. To a narcissist, their self-worth is directly proportional to how others see them. An antisocial person, on the other hand, might just get up and walk to the local convenience shop. This is because sociopaths care very little about how they come across to the general public. They are lazy people who work hard only when it is in their best interest. On the other hand, narcissists, especially when they were young and successful, were fixated on their own physical beauty and the amassing of wealth. People who are covert narcissists are skilled manipulators whose public persona may be substantially different from their true nature. By the time they left, they had concluded that the whole thing had been an act. The mood of the day must be preserved at all costs. Narcissists invest a great deal of energy and resources into enhancing their physical attractiveness and shaping others' positive opinions of them. Their main priority is boosting their own egos and social standing. Only their spouses and kids have a true understanding of who they are as people. This is why a narcissist's deepest fear is for their loved ones to see through their pretense. Only the funny identities of the hero or victim keep them going, and they're scared of being exposed as dreadful monsters if they can't keep up the facades forever. Because they are constantly seeking praise from others, narcissists can't stay in one place for very long. Without the approval of others, their inflated egos and feeling of self-worth would collapse. Second, to maintain their fabricated persona, they need a narcissistic supply, an unquenchable need for further validation of their own inflated feeling of self-importance. They require constant admiration and attention to their accomplishments in order to feel fulfilled. It is crucial for people to realize how much respect and admiration they have for their supporters. They inflate their already massive egos by hurting and betraying the people they claim to love, and they need the supply of dark narcissism to keep them going. Narcissists need to feel fulfilled in this way since it's essential to their health. Therefore, they must deceive prospective partners into thinking they are looking for a serious commitment when, in fact, they are only looking for someone to hang out with. The narcissist places high importance on this matter and will go to any length to satisfy their own narcissistic supply requirements. Because they see others as obstacles to be overcome rather than gifts to be treasured, narcissists lack the emotional capacity for empathy and true caring for the well-being of those around them. They will be content as long as we satisfy their narrow interests. Someone with that kind of an air about them is instantly imposing. Narcissists are precociously skilled manipulators. Unless they find at least one person who supports them and loves them for who they are, they will never learn to enjoy life for what it is. What happened just reinforces the fact that they need to look elsewhere for supplies. One object of their adoration is never enough for them. Just one victim will never be enough for those who abuse and exploit others. Like any other predator, narcissists are always on the lookout for easy prey. There is never a happy moment in their lives since they are always unhappy. It's imperative that they have access to a backup supply in case the present one runs out. They will keep you around until they find someone else, even if they grow tired of you, stop finding value in you, and push you to the side. They view you as property and have every right to keep you around until you can once again serve a use for them. Narcissists, it's safe to suppose, need a never-ending supply of ego stroking. Material success and social standing also factor heavily in the evaluation process for a narcissist. To distract themselves from their terrible lives and find some happiness, they use their riches to cultivate their phony persona and accumulate more material items. They insist on believing that material wealth is the key to happiness. So they put in the time and effort and enlist the aid of others when necessary to accomplish their objectives. With greater money at their disposal, they knew they could control more people. They could maintain in touch with some people because of their financial comfort. As is the case with people like them in every other aspect of life, narcissists can never seem to be satisfied with their material goods. Narcissists get a kick out of being able to use their wealth and influence to intimidate and manipulate individuals who don't share their worldview. In the minds of narcissists, anything is possible if they are only given the time and resources to do it. Because of their inflated sense of self-importance, they demand front-row seats at all times. The ultimate goal of a narcissist is to become wealthy and powerful enough to dominate their immediate environment. Narcissists are emotionally insecure and constantly seek validation or distraction from others. To the extent that their narcissistic needs are satisfied, narcissists will continue to exist. They can use their resources to further cement their position of superiority, protect their image, and open up new avenues for them to indulge their own egotistical desires. Narcissists, as you well know, are completely self-absorbed and willing to sacrifice others for the sake of their own petty goals. I really hope this video proves helpful for you. I really appreciate you taking the time to read this and think about it. We welcome your feedback on this issue at any time, so please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. I appreciate it a lot. Thanks. When the narcissist has no one to depend on, this is what happens. Please allow me to say hello, and I appreciate your presence here. I appreciate all of you who have stuck with me for this long, so let's get to the point. To illustrate, I'd want to talk about what happens in the mind of narcissists when they're alone. Neither of them is monogamous, and neither of them has any living children or grandchildren from a previous relationship. Consequently, they may have many acquaintances but no actual friends. In addition, in my observation, covert narcissists tend to hide their genuine nature when they are with their immediate family members. Their husbands and children are the only recipients of their complete generosity. The main reason is that they worry about being disowned by family and friends at home if they expose their true colours. They realize that those who are close to them may discover how bad the narcissist really is. Narcissists tend to bottle up a lot of negative emotions, and if they don't get them out at least periodically, they could explode. Therefore, they need an easy target to channel their resentment and anger. A grandiose narcissist can be just as toxic in close relationships as they are in the outside world. A covert narcissist, however, is limited in both the time and people to whom they can express their hatred and hostility. Aside from that, they mask everything with a beautiful facade. As a result, they go to great lengths to convince their prey to enter into a monogamous relationship, preferably marriage. They need someone they can be cold and brutal in private or in their safe area without fear of repercussions. The problem arises when they don't have anybody to take their aggression out on right away, and we have to wonder how they cope. It's difficult to tell where you stand with covert narcissists, since they put on a pleasant facade for everyone else's sake. Due to the importance the covert narcissist places on their own image and reputation, all they want is to be depicted as the hero, or if not, the act as the victim, never as the villain or the instigator. They put on a happy face even if they're miserable. The covert narcissist is in a tough spot when they are fully alone. They don't have somebody they can rely on or a reliable connection to in times of need. Since they have nothing else to liven up their days, they create drama wherever they can, be it at work, in their church, or among friends and family. Since covert narcissist is more likely to act serious and reserved when they are alone, this is especially true when they are around individuals who make them uncomfortable or who have offended them. When asked how they are doing, they will often complain of feeling tired or ill. Narcissists can put on an act of calm or even distance themselves from others, but this is really a mask for their inner turmoil and their desire to bring pain to others around them. Furthermore, the covert narcissist, who is unable to fully unleash the beast inside them, begins to project a pessimistic attitude. Those sensitive to their presence will note a deepening of the night. As their mask begins to slip, covert narcissists must divert attention away from themselves. They cause issues because they always attribute blame to external factors. This usually occurs to the person who has angered or unnerved the narcissist. For this reason, they begin plotting ways to either neutralize the threat or turn the local populace against them. When they're around this individual they absolutely despise, they become mute at the most inopportune moments. Having feelings for this person will surely prevent you from functioning normally. If a narcissist fails to win over the other person's trust on his or her own, he or she may resort to using a proxy, usually a close friend, lover, or family member. Since narcissists rarely show open anger against others, it is impossible to know what drives them. But the narcissist sees all of their connections as strategic, and they will use others against you if they can. Narcissists are typically self-destructive. To further their personal vendetta, some people will try to keep you from communicating with your loved ones. The most cunning thieves are narcissists who steal your loved ones right out from under your nose, with the intent to cause you harm and alienate you from others. The trouble the covert narcissist generates outside of their comfort zone is much greater than the trouble they cause inside of it. When they have someone they can trust in their own area, they are better able to handle the challenges of social engagement. They can take the teasing in stride, since they have plans to exact revenge on their loved ones. The narcissist will never forgive those who have harmed them, and will wait patiently for the right moment to exact their vengeance. The covert narcissist is an astute and devious person. Those individuals are working hard to cultivate an impeccable reputation in the hopes that others will find them endearing and adore them. Who, exactly, are the folks who deceive their partners into thinking everything is all right when it obviously isn't? The narcissist's created persona is usually well-liked and respected even by those who don't know the narcissist personally. Covert narcissists, however, employ the same love-bombing tactics as their more obvious counterparts. Even if they never raise their voice or a finger to you, they will still try to manipulate you with lies and put you down. It may be out of sight, but its success is assuredly growing in the shadows. Even when they're by themselves, their negative emotions leak out into the world and affect the people they interact with. This means that even if we decide to practice no contact with a narcissist, we need still keep a safe distance from them. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Please click the like button if you found this interesting. And please don't hesitate to share your thoughts and experiences by leaving your comments below. I value your input. Thanks for watching. The 3 covert ways narcissists always use to hide their bad traits. Welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about the 3 different personalities that covert narcissists might adopt. When you understand a narcissist's worldview, you can predict their behavior with remarkable accuracy. To an extreme degree, narcissists may be predicted in terms of their behavior and reactions. The covert narcissist has only 3 options available to him or her. Because they are radicals, that's why. Neither of them has anything in common. It covers the full range of outcomes, from the desirable to the repulsive. There are 3 guises the narcissist might adopt: the heroic, the victim, or the evil. As we all know, only their closest friends and family members ever get to see their actual, terrible faces. But when they're in public, they choose one of 2 roles: hero or victim. In addition, some narcissists tend toward more extreme behavior than others. The other 2 masks are used to deceive others, while the third is their true wicked face. Narcissists often have a handy face of the victim they can use to make themselves feel better about their own behavior, so let's examine that first. Nonetheless, some narcissists may develop a more permanent version of this face. People who are narcissists in this sense are individuals who, no matter how poor their health or their situation, never stop trying to prove their worth to the world. those who are physically or mentally unable to do so. These people spread the news far and wide in the hopes that people would feel sorry for them and offer assistance in exchange for anything of value. This may be a ruse to make them seem harmless. It's also possible that your unpleasantness and discontent stem from something else. When the person needs to justify their actions or refuses to help you, they may always point to their illness as an excuse. They enjoy the limelight that comes with playing the victim and have no plans to take accountability for their conduct. Narcissists enjoy a nice pity party because it allows them to receive the adoration and sympathy they crave. Beyond that, however, some narcissists are satisfied with playing the victim, especially when they are in the company of those who will take their side. Whether one acts unhappy, others will repeatedly ask if they are okay and may go out of their way to try to make them feel better. They may pretend to be insecure or unhappy with their appearance, so they might receive more compliments. These narcissists are a never-ending burden on society because of how desperate they are for love and attention. Furthermore, narcissists favour the part of the victim over that of the villain. Whenever something negative occurs, they are quick to point fingers at someone else. In order to shield themselves from criticism, they would defame you. Narcissists, on the other hand, don't care so much about the method as much as a result. The face of the victim strategy succeeds because the target is portrayed as helpless rather than malicious. A narcissist's second mask of choice is that of a hero or a charming, helpful, and hilarious person. They are masters at making guests feel welcome and important. When approached for help or guidance, they are always willing to provide it. It's possible they'll seem genuinely interested in learning more, worried about the welfare of the group, and willing to pitch in wherever assistance is required. They do that to everyone else, really, but as covert narcissists, their closest friends and family members are the exceptions. Their closest friends and family members are being put in second place to random strangers. As I said, those close to the narcissist are exposed to the narcissist's real face. Now let's talk about this. At the conclusion of it all, it is the face of evil that emerges victorious. Behind the disguise is a manipulative liar. It's the one they try to hide because they're so ashamed of it. A person with the outward appearance of evil is one who takes joy in the pain of others and their own failure. The despicable character wants to conquer the world because they think they deserve all the credit for their accomplishments. The evil in the world is reflected in the face of evil's sinister grins and fleeting looks. Only the unlucky ones who come into contact with them ever see their true evil face. As you can see, the covert narcissist can take on many distinct personas, each one revealing a different facet of their personality. The first two characteristics are just a mask for their true, unpleasant, and spiteful personality. There is nothing genuine about a narcissist. This is a horrible fact, but it's also the main reason we need to keep our distance. Well, I think this is all the time I can devote to this today. I hope everyone found this to be informative. If yes, please click the like button to show that you appreciate my work. In the comment section,